We knew the bubble was going to be like this. We knew that there were going to be surprises and upsets and things we didn't expect. It's an unprecedented situation, and that leads to unprecedented results. Look, raise your hand if you had the Suns at 6-0 and undefeated and the bubble darlings. Yeah, put your hand down. Nobody had that. I don't think the Suns, outside of maybe Monty Williams, had that. They've been fantastic. Surprising breakout players, too, all over the bubble. So let's talk about them. Let's talk about our 5 favorite surprise bubble players. At number 5, Daniel House, Houston Rockets. Look, really surprising he's breaking out at age 27, which is a little bit older than most. But look, this is a guy who ground his way through the G League, worked hard to get there. He was going to be coming off the bench in Orlando. That was the plan. Have him as kind of a sixth man, except when Eric Gordon went down, he got bumped into a starting role, and he has thrived, particularly because of his three-point shooting, 36% overall. He's been critical to what's been a very dangerous Rockets team in the bubble. At number 4, Derrick White, San Antonio Spurs. Talk about a guy taking advantage of the situation. They're going with that switchable 4-guard, very Popovich lineup of finding out what works and getting his best players on the floor, and he is thriving in that. 20.8 points a game, 43% from 3. He is making himself very valuable to the Spurs going forward. At number 3, this is where you start to get the names you really recognize if you've been watching the bubble. Michael Porter Jr. of Denver. I mean, look, he started to really show something before the bubble started. He's 6'10", he's got handles. This was a guy who fell in the draft, but a lot of scouts thought he should have gone higher. He had the potential to go higher. He's showing that he was worth the pick by the Denver Nuggets. 26.4 points a game, 51% from 3. Look, yes, he was forced into action because the Nuggets are shorthanded. It's an opportunity. Michael Porter Jr. has taken advantage of that opportunity, and he is thriving. Number 2 in the bubble, Gary Trent Jr. of Portland. Another guy kind of thrust into more and more minutes, and he is just, look, right before the season ended, he seemed like he was getting his footing, and you start to think, this is a guy who can play a backup role and be key for them, but he has really exploded in the bubble. 18 points a game, 57% from 3 on 8.5 attempts a game. His confidence is way up. Gary Trent Jr. is just fun now. He's smack-talking Paul George. You've got to love that from a Portland Trailblazer. This is a great situation for him. And again, another guy just taking advantage of the opportunity. But nobody has taken advantage of their opportunity like the number 1 guy on our list, TJ Warren of the Pacers. I mean, he is the MVP of the bubble. Remember, the Suns traded him last summer for cash, just straight up cash. Not even a pick. They wanted him out. 4 30-point games, 53 against Philly, 34.8 points a game. He leads the bubble. He has been phenomenal. He has been critical to a very fun, very interesting Pacers team that's going to be a threat to somebody in the first round. TJ Warren has stepped forward and played the role I think they expected in Indiana that Victor Oladipo would play. They're getting it from someone else. It speaks a lot to Nate McMillan and his trust, his ability to develop players. It also speaks to the work that TJ Warren has put in, and it speaks to the bubble. The bubble has been so much fun with all these unexpected, upset, breakout players, and we're not even to the playoffs yet.